So, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisceans, I decided to do an additional reading because of how supportive you were with last week's sales and today, too. So, thank you very much. And let's get right into it. So, yeah, some of you are dealing with a partner who loves you very much. As you see, they have no intentions of going anywhere. Some of you could be expecting as well. But anyway, it looks like some of you are dealing with partners who are like, I just want to see how far I can push mommy and see what she do. It's not like, oh, they're trying to play psychological warfare. A lot of it is, like I was talking to the air signs, it's how you are interpreting incoming data. It's quite common for people to push buttons to find out which ones not to push. So it kind of looks like you have a lover that's getting to know you, and they're getting to know you by seeing, okay, how bad can I be? How off the wall crazy can I act and baby still be here? Okay, so baby's not tolerating that, so I better get good. Okay, because they could feel that you were at the point where it was like, okay, you know what? I'm about to leave your ass alone. Now you really, really don't even know. And they were like, uh-oh. You know how like a kid get caught in a cookie jar? Oh shit. Mama done caught me. So some of you guys, were just kind of dealing with people who were just trying to try you to find out for the future, as you guys move into your 7 years with each other. Okay, that's what I'm speaking. They're just trying to see, okay, so that we can have a prosperous life together with kids and families and whatever. Let me see how far I can push baby. And I think what happens, Scorpios, is, some of you may be taking it in a really a wrong way. Like, I don't know. There are 4 different types of feeling realities. Okay, there's 4 types of feeling realities. There's the adult feeling reality, and that's just mature, authentic, emotional response to your thinking. Because some of you knew this already. Okay, baby's just trying to see how far I can go. Especially if you know in your heart that, this is somebody that can be forever. And, you got to listen to that adult, mature feeling reality that comes from authentic emotional response to your thinking. Okay? Like, let's say right now, you're on a break with someone. Instead of allowing yourself to go into a complete place of despair, and you know that you and this person have a connection with each other, why go there? It's like, oh, fuck, we're not talking now, but we will be talking. In fact, let me pay more attention to us having communication than to us not having communication. Let me get into the feeling reality of what it is that I do want, as opposed to what it is that I do not want. But it looks like what this person wants is to spend, as many years with you as possible. They just trying to figure out who you are. Okay? And the second feeling reality is adult induced feelings, and they are the result of it. That's a process called empathy. This comes from the book Facing Codependence. So in functional people, adult induced feelings are the result of a process called empathy. But listen to this, water signs, because I know you guys, you guys really responded heavily to the Scorpio video about emotional boundaries. However, I just need to say, people have a right to be emotionally wherever they want to be. Nobody has a right to tell you how to express your emotions. You can express them however the hell you want. Just be considerate of who's around you. Maybe sometimes you just need to go into the room by yourself, close the door, and be like, baby, give me 45 minutes or an hour or however you need. Okay? So listen to this. Whenever you're in close physical proximity to another adult who's feeling very intensely or who's in denial of their feelings or are being irresponsible with their feelings, you can take on too much of the emotion from the other adult and then experience adult induced feelings. And the way that you know that you're feeling induced feelings from other people is that they're very overwhelming and they cause you to feel crazy. So some of you, like if you are connected to a twin flame or a life partner, you guys can feel each other's feelings. And although it's okay to be connected to somebody you love, there does have to be a healthy boundary, okay? And I think it's okay to be very emotionally sensitive to somebody you love, but it's important to know what feelings are yours and what feelings are theirs, okay? So these adult induced feeling realities, they make you feel crazy because they don't make any sense to you, primarily because they're not your feelings. The third feeling reality is frozen childhood emotions. Okay? And how does she describe this? She says that these feelings are very old. They make you feel vulnerable and childlike. It's a very powerful emotion. It feels overwhelming. It's different from other adult emotions because childhood feelings make you feel extremely vulnerable and childlike. So I'm saying this because, like, you may have a volatile emotional response to things that your partner, is doing, and your emotional response could make you want to go away because you think that going away is that they are the ones that's causing this unhappiness. But what's causing this unhappiness is the four different types of feeling realities, and learning how to distinguish each feeling and mastering them so that you can separate what's going on with you emotionally from what's going on with your partner, because your partner is just being, a dude, a person. Let me see how far I can push mommy. And, uh-oh. And then recently they were like, uh-oh, I think mommy's really mad. Okay? And it's like, yeah, I am mad. Now go sit your ass down someplace because you're pissing me off. I'm 2 seconds away from not fucking with your ass no more. And they are like, oh my God, I really was not trying. Look, that's my permanent loss. They were like, oh my God, let me shut the fuck up, sit down, clean my house, and go sit someplace and keep myself occupied until mommy's not mad anymore because I done fucked up. So, just some human shit that may happen, Scorpios, Cancers, and Pisces, just people just being human. But when you have all these different feeling realities, and this isn't applicable to everybody, but this is a special message. When you have all these, feelings happening, it's hard to identify, am I overreacting? Am I underreacting? And in some cases last week, y'all needed to leave. It was like your partner just got so out of hand with something, you needed to show them, I have the strength to leave you, boo. I will reject, do you hear me? I will reject foolishness, even if I love you. I will reject foolishness. And you have the right to do that. Okay. But all I'm saying is, since you can't really control your partner and you can only control yourself, and this is somebody who you want to keep. You love them. Some of you are absolutely in love. I just think it's important to look at my emotions and saying, okay, am I looking at what they did in an adult manner? Am I thinking about, is my feeling reality a mature, authentic emotional response to what happened? Okay. Number 2, or, am I feeling crazy right now? Do I feel so overwhelmed that I feel crazy? Because you might be feeling your partner's feelings, even if your partner is at a distance, especially if your partner is a water sign. It's like the closer and more in love you are with someone, the stronger the boundaries are around the emotions have to be. Not because you don't want to feel them, but, if I'm feeling your emotions and you're feeling mine, then, that it's going to get sick and you guys are going to want to separate. But it's not the partner as much as it is learning how to manage my own feelings no matter what partner I'm with. Okay? Is that okay, you guys? You understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's okay. It's not okay to have your feelings. Just saying, so that you can have this wonderful relationship that is, here to stay. Um, we got to learn to think in a different kind of way. Somebody says if you want something you've never had before, you have to do something you've never done before. And maybe one of the things that some people have to do is kind of get in control of their emotions. I know that, the more you love someone, the harder it is to have a boundary that separates what this person is truly saying and what they're really trying to communicate or what they're doing from you. It's hard to not personalize it. But when you can step away from it emotionally and look at it or, feel about it in a mature perspective, a partner is an absolute blast. They're funny as fuck. Okay. Now, the last feeling reality is the adult to child carried feelings. Adult to child carried feelings. Children absorb feelings such as shame, rage, fear, and pain from the adult who is abusing them. And these feelings remain within the person until adulthood. And they're called carried feelings because they've been carried forward from childhood. Okay. And when you are having this form of codependent feeling reality, you feel overwhelmed and out of control. So love can open up a whole Pandora's box. You have your feelings, childhood feelings, your friends' feelings, your neighbors' feelings, feelings from childhood and adult to child. I mean, all kinds of emotions come out. So that's why I really am a big fan of meditation, because meditation really does allow oxygen to come to your brain, which will allow you to have access to more serene emotions. Okay? Because I really feel like the more you work on, it's like what some of you guys are doing now to dissipate the emotions is that you're working. Okay? So the emotions are really not being worked out. They're just being ignored. And underneath the surface is still some bitterness and resentment that you're trying to get over, from maybe the hurt that your partner triggered, for you. But sometimes people, first of all, sometimes, people are just being imperfect. There are a whole bunch of imperfect people, and we do a whole bunch of imperfect shit. So what I'm seeing in this situation, Scorpios, is that Cancers and Pisces, I don't see your partner intentionally trying to inflict pain as much as I see them, even on a subconscious level, just trying to figure out how far they can push mommy without mommy being mad and leaving. I tell you what, they showing the fuck know now. Oh, do they know? Do they know? Do they know? But sometimes, it's like, the more mature we become, we can just have a conversation like that with our partners. Like, you know what? I just kind of feel like you're trying to see how far you can push me. And that this is not what I'm going to tolerate. I'm going to say. And that happens in the beginning sometimes, That definitely happens in the beginning. All right? So we have the Page of Cups and the High Priestess. You're with someone who, you're probably going to grow up together emotionally. And they're artistic. They're emotional too, even though they may show a cold side. Okay? They have a real sweet side. And it really looks like the intention, Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces, was not to hurt as much as it was to, just find out some information. Okay? Because I have a feeling that some of you, your stinger came out. You Scorpios. And what I'm saying is, venom can be deadly. And if you keep on stinging people, you're going to be by yourself. All right? Because sometimes it's really not as vicious as it may have been interpreted in your mind. Okay? Because like these cards right here are not cards of vicious intention at all. Some of you could be dealing with the motivational speaker. Some of you could be dealing with a businessman. Someone who's very uplifting and inspiring. It looks like, you know, sometimes it looks like you were in a situation with somebody who really didn't know any better as far as, you know, what their limitations were. But in the future, and we'll end here, I see the Justice card, okay? Some of you could be dealing with a Libra. A lot of you are going to be getting married, okay? But it looks like this person definitely wants you around. And they want you around contractually for some of you. You know, everybody's at different stages. And I would say that you and this person are going to work it out. Like the more you get to know them and the more they get to know you, then, you know, you guys are going to work it out. But until then, Scorpio, you know, give people the benefit of the doubt. And Cancers, you guys already do that. Okay. Ooh. So as long as, you know, they always say in recovery that, they say this in the recovery group, but I can't tell you which one. But they say, if I'm disturbed, then I have a problem. Okay? If I'm disturbed, then I have the problem, not my partner. Like, I don't look at my partner, I look at me. And I think, okay, am I thinking about this from an authentic adult place? I mean, like, if they did something that was pretty trivial, but I've like really, it's exploded and there was a tower and we're not talking, and it's like, I need to look at my motherfucking self. It's like, really, you know, was it really that deep? But sometimes it was. Sometimes it really is. But as long as I'm in an active relationship with myself where I'm acknowledging my feelings and I'm taking care of my own emotional well-being, maybe through walking, through what I'm eating. You know, sugar can really fuck your emotions up. I love sugar. But sugar, right? Am I meditating? Am I self-caring? Am I getting support? Because then I can treat my king or my queen with the reverence and the respect that they deserve when they're just being human. All right? All right. So I hope you enjoyed your reading. God bless.